the revolution triumphed, uh, there was this period between 1959 and 1960, where when Cuba had not taken any political trend. It was 1961, when Fidel Castro made the decision of changing sides and choosing the socialist way of development. And that's when Cuba started to get spoon-fed by the Soviet Union leading the Eastern European community. The decision was made because, as I told you earlier, President Eisenhower had shut the embassy down. There was 1961, 1962, Kennedy had established the embargo against Cuba, so there was no help from the United States, and the Soviet Union was helping Cuba. So that's when Fidel Castro chose the socialist way of development. Everything got nationalized. Lots of rich people were leaving Cuba. The majority of the people in Cuba were poor people or low class or middle class people, and they got the benefit from the government. Therefore, the government got their support. President Eisenhower had started a plan to overrule Castro by training Cubans who were in exile. Ex-soldiers of Batista's army were trained in several countries in Central America in order to overrule Castro. The name of the plan would be Trinidad Plan. But then Kennedy, who succeeded him, thought that Eisenhower's plan was a very spectacular one, so he chose a more discreet one through another area called Bay of Pigs. But they did not take into account the geographic conditions of the Bay of Pigs. It turns out to be a swamp area, and many parachuters got bogged down in the mire there. It was a failure in tactics. And it took the Cuban government Cuban armed forces only 66 hours to defeat the invading troops. In that same year, 1961, President J.F. Kennedy found out that the Soviets had nuclear warheads in Cuba. And the Soviet Union learned that the Americans had nuclear warheads in Turkey. And that put the world at the brink of World War III until the time when both presidents sat at the negotiating table and agreed to dismantle the warheads that were in both countries. That was known as the missile crisis, shown in the movie 13 Days starring Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner came himself to Cuba to get real information from Fidel Castro himself.